It arrived without warning. No knock on the door, no footsteps on the porch. Just a plain black box sitting at my doorstep. No labels, no return address. Just sitting there, waiting. Have you ever received something you didn't ask for? Something that shouldn't be yours? You tell yourself it's harmless, that there's a logical explanation, but deep down you feel it, the wrongness of it, the whisper at the back of your mind telling you not to touch it. I should have listened. I should have walked away. But curiosity is a dangerous thing. And once you open the box, you can never undo it. The rain was steady that night, tapping against the windows like ghostly fingers. The air smelled damp, thick with the scent of wet pavement. The streets were empty, silent, except for the occasional crack of thunder in the distance. I had just gotten home from work, exhausted, when I saw it. The box. It sat perfectly centered on my doorstep, as if placed with great care. The matte black surface gleamed under the porch light, completely dry despite the downpour. Something about it felt wrong. I glanced up and down the street. No cars, no movement, just silence. The neighbors' houses were dark, their curtains drawn. If a delivery had been made, I hadn't heard it. I hesitated before picking it up. It was heavier than I expected, dense, solid. When I shook it, there was no sound, no movement inside, nothing. For a moment, I considered leaving it there, just turning around and forgetting I ever saw it. But something inside me whispered otherwise. I took it inside. I placed it on the kitchen table, my fingers still cold from the rain. I stared at it, my mind racing with possibilities. Was it a mistake? A prank? A trap? There was only one way to find out. Slowly, I lifted the lid. The moment I did, the lights flickered. A chill ran through the room, sharp and unnatural, like the air had been sucked out. The heater was on, but suddenly I could see my breath. Inside the box was a single item, an old silver pocket watch. The cover was engraved with swirling patterns, intricate and delicate. It looked expensive, but something was off. The hands were frozen at 3:33 a.m. Beneath the watch was a folded piece of paper. The ink was smudged, but I could still make out the words. If you find this box, do not keep it. Pass it on before midnight, or it will claim you. A shiver crawled down my spine. My pulse pounded in my ears. Pass it on? To who? What did it mean by claim you? I grabbed the box, intending to throw it outside, but the moment my fingers touched the watch, tick, the second hand moved. The lights flickered again, this time longer, darker. A low hum filled the room, almost like static from an old radio. My stomach twisted with an overwhelming sense of wrongness. I turned toward the door, ready to throw the box outside. And then I saw it. Through the window, standing beneath the street lamp, a figure, tall, motionless, completely covered in shadows, watching. I froze. My breath hitched in my throat. The air in the house felt heavier now, pressing against my skin like something unseen was curling around me. The figure didn't move. I slammed the curtain shut and stumbled back. My heart was hammering. This couldn't be real. Maybe I was imagining things. Maybe it was just a trick of the light. Tick. I spun toward the table. The pocket watch had moved again. 3:34 a.m. The shadows in the room stretched unnaturally, twisting along the walls, creeping toward me. The low hum grew louder, morphing into a whisper. I couldn't understand the words, but I knew what they meant. I needed to get rid of it. I grabbed the box and ran to the door. My fingers fumbled with the lock, the metal freezing against my skin. As I swung the door open, the street was empty. No figure, no movement, just the cold wind howling through the darkness. I stepped forward, ready to toss the box far away. Then I saw it. Another house, just down the street. Their porch light flickered, their door slightly ajar, and sitting in front of their doorstep, another black box. The realization hit me like a punch to the gut. This wasn't the first time. I wasn't the first person, and I wouldn't be the last. Tick. The pocket watch moved again. 3:35 a.m. I had opened the box. I had kept it. And now, it had kept me.